So I welcomed in the new year dressed as a giant banana. I have no regrets. It is now, however, time to pick my first read of 2025, which always feels like a bit of a daunting choice to make. No one wants a flop for their first read of the year, but I think that this is the book that I'm going to go for. So I've come up with the grand old idea today of rejigging my shelves in my lounge a little bit. Just two of the shelves, but I'm putting away my Christmas book haul books. And I'm trying to make some room for them, but I want them to go on the right shelves, and a couple of them are Greek mythology-esque stories, and that shelf is tucked away behind plants. Let me show you. So usually these plants, I've obviously moved them out of the way, are there and definitely blocking these two shelves, but partially blocking this shelf as well. And I quite like this shelf. I think I could do with rejigging it a little bit and making better use of the space, but I think that I want this shelf, to be in a better spot. So I'm thinking of moving it over here somewhere. I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like, and I think I definitely need to redo it a little bit and move it about a bit more, but maybe this shelf here, if I just kind of do a little bit of a rejig. So that's a task I have accidentally set for myself. Okay, so I changed the plans up a little bit. I kept this shelf as it was and ended up putting the mythology shelf on the bottom shelf of all of these big ones in my lounge. I think I like it. It's a little bit of a messy shelf compared to the others. I mean, to be honest, they're all overflowing, but I think I like it. I mean, I can change it about a little bit more if not. I like the way that the Lore Olympus books look. I think their spines are very satisfying. Although, hang on, get a bit closer. The author's name is in different directions on some of the books, which is kind of annoying, but that's fine. I think I like the way it looks. So this is the shelves as a whole, and then over here I've done this. This I found a little bit trickier because I don't want to not be able to see these books behind the plants, and some of these are ones I haven't read, but I think I'm just gonna have to remind myself to look behind the plants more when I'm picking out my books. So this is the finished changes. I survived my first day back at work from the Christmas break, and now I need to go to a supermarket and buy a crunchy loaf of bread because I have this salmon chowdery thing for dinner. How horrible is the word chowder? I really think that is an awful word to describe fish soup, but it's something that I have recently been craving. So I've got myself some kind of salmon and haddock fish soup, maybe that's why it's not called fish soup, and I need a crusty roll. So that's the very exciting mission of the evening. Also, another mission for tonight is to start season 2 of Squid Game. I was back with my family over the Christmas break and they had not watched season 1, so obviously weren't really that bothered by watching season 2, funnily enough. But I've been waiting and I'm very excited because tonight is the night to start it. Trying out a new angle today. Hi, I'm going to talk to you about some books. Also, today marks 9 years of Books Nest. It is my 9 years Book of Nestiversary. Yay! I'm celebrating with a Patreon live show and I have a little Instagram post going out. I always like to do an Instagram post looking back at the books over the last year of Books Nest that have been some of my favourites and have, I feel been a big part of my reading year. So that's also happening. It's very exciting. But books. So my first read of the year is The Rainfall Market. This is by Yo Young Gwang and is translated by Slin Jung. This is very magical Night Circus-esque of a book. It's about this market that appears on the first day of the rainy season, and our main character is trying to find out more about this market and try and get invited to the market, but it's a bit of a magical market and you can exchange your misfortunes for things in the market, I think. It's got magical bookstores, hairdressers, perfumeries, and anything your heart desires. It's giving Night Circus vibes at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. I really like the writing style. Also, there is a cat on the cover and there's a cat in the book. A lot of translated fiction has cats on the covers and no cats in the books, but the cat, I can report, is in the book and is mentioned in the blurb, so I feel like he's going to be a key integral part of the story. But I'm liking it so far. I'm 27 pages in. I'm using this as a bookmark, do not judge me. I keep reading it in bed. My bookmarks are literally like on that shelf there, but I'm just being lazy and not getting up to get them, so I keep using the edge of the actual book as a bookmark. My audiobook is Tom Hanks' The Making of Another Major Motion Picture Masterpiece. That is a mouthful. This is set over 80 years in the film industry and following loads of different characters as they like are in that industry and interacting with each other and entwining into each other's lives. It's a little bit like the film Babylon, but over a wider period of time and following more characters, but it's brilliantly piecing together Hollywood and the industry from multiple different types of roles and interactions within that industry. I'm really enjoying this. So I was physically reading this, and I was very intrigued by the audiobook because Tom Hanks is the writer, and I wondered if Tom Hanks narrated the audiobook, and he does, but it's also a full cast recording, so it's got so many other narrators in it as well. So I wanted to give that a go, and I started listening to it. It's a really good audiobook, and this has like little footnotes in it. It has actual comic book strips in it, which is really cool, which obviously I will be physically looking at those, but I'm kind of listening and reading alongside at the same time, and I just think the audiobook is doing a fantastic job of this. So these are my two reads. I think so far the 2025 reading year is off to a pretty good start. This part of the video is sponsored by Serious Readers. I've been using my Serious Light for over 2 years now, and I absolutely love it. I have the high definition model, and I can honestly say it's made such a difference to my nighttime routines. With these dark and gloomy winter evenings, I definitely find that my mental health struggles a little. I'm somebody who really likes the long sunny evenings in the summertime. I like going out in the evenings, so I definitely find these darker winter nights quite difficult. But with my Serious Light, I find that it brightens up my space and means that I'm not straining my eyes when I'm reading or crafting or drawing. I love that I can adjust the brightness and the beam to suit my needs and keep my environment feeling cozy and welcoming. My Serious Light makes reading in the evening comfortable and clear, and I love how it looks in my space. Serious Lights use daylight wavelength technology, which replicates the daylight spectrum as closely as technically possible. I can't recommend Serious Readers enough. They're great quality, they stand the test of time, and they look good. You can use my code BETH to get yourself a discount using the link in my description. Thank you so much, Serious Readers, for sponsoring this video. I'm doing something a little bit spontaneous today. I'm heading into town soon with my friend to go and get a tattoo. This will be my second tattoo. My first one I got in 2023, which was a little sun on the bottom of my leg, and I love it. I've been wanting to get another one ever since then, and I've been thinking about this specific design for a while now, and I'm gonna get it today. We found an artist that we both really like, and just thought, do you know what? Why not? My friend yesterday was very much in a mood of just wanting to do something spontaneous and asked me to design him a tattoo. So this is what I did. This is what he's getting. He wanted something silly and funny. So I was looking on Pinterest for some inspiration, and I saw a couple of different ideas that I liked that I kind of merged together to draw him. This axolotl wearing a traffic cone, which he loves, so that's what he's getting. The one that I'm getting is, as I said, one that I've been thinking about for a while. I really love the design. This is the inspiration for it, basically. Just a little simple fine line tree that I think will go on the back of my arm, but I'm gonna have a little look at other positioning options when I get there. But I think I'm leaning towards the back of the arm. So that's my little spontaneous day out today. This is the tattoo that Jacob got that I designed for him. It's Albert the axolotl wearing a traffic cone as a hat. He loves it. Don't you?
I do. Look how cute he is.
Snoo. going into my eyes.
Yeah, that just went into my face.
I don't know why I'm... Yeah, you got my hand. Oh, that was quite good.
Find me. Look to the western sky.
Okay, you can hot fuzz it now. I got my tattoo yesterday. I think yesterday is my favourite day of the new year of 2025 so far. In the morning, my friend and I were like planning the tattoo bits, then we got the tattoos early afternoon. We came back to my flat, we ordered a Chinese for the evening, went and picked up the Chinese, and then we watched Kill Bill Part 1, and then we looked out the window and realised it had been snowing. I'm not a big fan of the snow, I consider the snow a plan ruiner, but actually at that time in the evening it just was really pretty and quite calm and just quite serene, so we decided to go out in the snow and then ended up walking to this park that's not too far down from me and like walking all around this area and having a little bit of a snowball fight, playing in the snow in general. It was really fun. It was really fun and I really enjoyed it, and then we came back and watched Kill Bill Part 2. So that was my day yesterday. It was a good time and I'm so pleased with my tattoo. It's really hard to show on camera. I can't work out why, but like it's straight. Obviously it is straight and done correctly, but anytime I photograph it, it looks like it's at a slant. But if you're actually like looking at it in reality, it's aligned correctly. But this is she. Hang on, wait. Here she is. I love her. I'm just so happy that we did that. Also, reading updates, the Rainfall Market. I really love the concept of this because the main character has gone to this rainfall market and she's looking for a better life for herself, and you can basically exchange things of yourself to get these orbs that give you an opportunity to have a different life that you wish for. So you kind of give services and get orbs, but the services are like different types of things, and I've only seen 2 examples of them so far, so I don't really know what kind of extremes they're going to go to, but at the moment it's been quite tame. But you get these orbs and our main character is kind of seeing these different options for the paths that she could take, and I love the concept of that because I always find it really interesting to think about how many different paths in life we could have gone down and how many different opportunities we've been given and how many doors we've walked through and what life would have been like if you'd walked through the other door. And I always think about that looking back on my life, and I'd be so intrigued to see what the other paths would have looked like, just out of interest, just to see what that life would have been. And whilst that's not quite what the concept of this is, it's not looking back, it's looking forward, it is giving you the different options in advance to be able to see what things could be like. So I'm really liking that aspect of it, and I really like the writing style. It's very magical, it's very whimsy. I'm very intrigued to see the other future paths that our character gets shown. I would like to report I have finished my first read of the year. I've given it 4.5 out of 5 stars, and I have completed my 2025 reading goal of reading 1 book for the year. I don't like setting myself the pressures of having a really large reading goal. I tried it for years and I did enjoy doing that, but I've also tried it as a 1 book reading goal and I like that better. So I've completed my 1 book reading goal of the year. I really like this. I feel like I've said everything I want to say about it. It was whimsy and beautiful and fun and playful and pretty and beautiful, and it went in a little bit of a different direction to what I thought it was going to, but in a good way. So I had a good time with this. I am now reading Ink, Blood, Sister Scribe by Emma Tors. This is a book about books. It's a thrillery fantasy thing where there are magical books and people try to kill people because of the magical books. The back says 2 sisters tasked with the guarding of a library of magical but deadly books, a shadowy organisation that will risk anything to possess them, even murder. Dun, dun, dun. I am 30 pages in. I'm liking it so far. There was a really nice quote in it, which is, you're going to have no context to it, but I'm going to read it to you anyway because I just thought it was worded in a really beautiful way. So for context, this is literally right at the start, so this is no spoilers. One of the characters, their mum has passed away and their mum spoke Spanish, And the line is, Spanish should have been her mother tongue, but Isabel had died when Esther was too young for language, and so it was only her mother's tongue. And that's a really pretty line. So this is my current read. Honestly, I've just spent like the last hour and a half watching Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield press tour for We Live in Time, which I saw on New Year's Day. Fantastic, such a good film, so emotional, so brilliant, and their chemistry is so good. So I've just been watching the press tour for that for like the last hour and a half. The internet has exploded because Andrew Garfield presented at the Golden Globes today, whenever that was, and like put glasses on as he was presenting, and the internet has exploded with this video clip. So I've also spent a good amount of time watching that because Andrew Garfield is just... I love Andrew Garfield, I love Florence Pugh, they are both fantastic. So anyway, I'm gonna go to bed now and read some more of this in bed. Also, can we take a moment for this edition? This is the Waterstones edition, and it's very pretty. I come bearing reading updates. I am also very cold, and everyone who told me when I lived on a top floor flat and I would get everyone else's heat rising up lied to me because it's always cold in the winter here. Anyway, hi. I am so bad at lighting myself in the evening. Like, I have these two lights. I've spoken about this before. I did a whole goddamn degree in how to make films, and anytime... What is all the noise going on outside? Anytime the lighting modules came up, I was not interested in lighting. It was not my thing. I liked editing and I liked the camera stuff. Lighting, I don't know. So if you ever like, Beth, why is your lighting so bad in your videos? It's because I have no idea. I'm just... I have lights set up in my office that are like they just stay where they are all the time, and they're really great, and that's great. But then when I come in here, I'm like, I want to make it cute. I want to have like a pink glow to it. I'm not going to shine that in your face, but it just doesn't... It doesn't have the desired effect. I mean, it's too pink there, isn't it? Is it too pink? I don't know, whatever. I have reading updates. Okay, I finished the making of another major motion picture masterpiece by Tom Hanks. You can tell how much care and effort has gone into this, and how much observation of Tom Hanks's long career in Hollywood has gone into writing this book, because it's just brilliant. It's got so many brilliant little quirks to it. I love the fact that we are following so many different people that are members of a cast and crew coming together for one film. I love the fact that the film that is being made in this book, sorry, you can probably barely see me. I love the fact that the film that's being made in this book is kind of almost like a Marvel Cinematic Universe film, like a different version of that. It seems to be playing on that kind of... It was definitely superhero films within a universe, and I feel like it's a bit Marvel-esque. So I like that a lot as well, but I love getting to meet the different characters, and what's so clever about this book is sometimes you don't even know you're about to be like passed to the next character along in the story, and you don't realize that you're meeting the next person that you're going to be reading about for the next couple of pages. And I love that it does that, and I love the way that it switched all about between them. The audiobook for this was fantastic. Really, really recommend it. This just was a really lovely ode to cinema. I love that this spans across 8 years of Hollywood, and we get to see characters like as young children then becoming adults in this and developing their skills and becoming somebody that works in this industry. And then we also get to see people that are already established, and we get to meet them already in their roles in this industry. And just generally just so many different types of characters along the way. I thought it was brilliant. I love that it had both the cast and the crew in it, and it was focusing on what was happening behind the scenes as much as in front of the camera as well. I thought it was a great time. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I have about 100 pages left in Inkblood Sister Scribe. I don't know how I feel about this one. This one is a fantasy that is following this kind of dark magic that can be written into the pages of books by specific scribes. And we're following 3 different characters. One of them is, there's 2 sisters. One of the sisters is looking after this huge collection of magic books. The other one is, she kind of has a couple of question marks around her life and her involvement with magic, and she knows that she can't stay in the same place for more than a year, otherwise it becomes dangerous, and there are kind of bad things and bad people looking for her. And then the other person is a scribe, so someone that can write these magic books, and it's about these 3 different people and what is going on in the grand scheme of it, and the power and magic behind these books. It's definitely got a really interesting concept. I think for me the pacing I thought would be a little bit quicker and more intense. One of the blurbed reviews from Alex E. Harrow says this book is so many things at once: an adventure, a puzzle, a twisty thriller, and a tender romance. I adored it. So I think I thought it would be a little bit more on the thrillery side from that, and it definitely has the thrilling moments for sure. It has a lot of action-packed moments, but it took about 200 pages to really jump into anything, and now, like, nearing the 300-page mark, it feels like it's only now just properly getting going. I really can't see anything. It's written in a really beautiful yet digestible way, and I really like the dialogue in it. It's got some good dry wit and humour in it. I'm definitely enjoying it. I just thought it would be a little bit faster and more intense when it came to the actiony bits building up, but I do like the way it's all weaving together, so I'm having a good time with this. I'm very excited to show you some book mail I received today. Thank you so much, Book Break UK, for sending this my way. This is an arc of Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. This comes out in June 2025, and I can't see you again. And this is a limited edition proof. I have number 11 of 150 made. I love that I have number 11 because I was born at 11:11 in the morning, so I feel like that's special to have number 11. And I'm so excited about this. I am a massive Schwab fan, and I am very, very much looking forward to reading this one. The blurb on the cover says, Santo Domingo de la Calzada, 1532, London 1837, Boston 2019. 3 young women and their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tangling like roots. One grows high, one grows deep, one grows wild, and all of them grow teeth. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. Also, this glows in the dark. Can I show you in here? Hang on, I don't know if it's going to show up properly. I tried to film it on my phone and it didn't. Hang on, let me give it a go. Can you see? It looks a bit more impressive in person. I don't think it's glowing in the dark at all, is it? I think that maybe I need to, like, shine a torch on it for a little bit, and then it does glow a little bit more than that. But yeah, I didn't expect that to show up particularly well on camera. Tonight, my plan is to binge some of The Walking Dead. I have been watching this show since 2013, I think. Since 2013, which is a long time. You'd think I might have finished it by now. I definitely enjoy the show a lot, but it's taken me a while. I kind of took a break in the middle, and then it dipped a little bit around like season 7, season 8, but I'm up to season 10. I'm just about to watch episode 12. I'm very excited. It's at a very tense, exciting bit in the story at the moment, and I'm really enjoying that. But I feel like it's productive in my brain when I finish a show that I've been watching for so long. Like, I've not finished Grey's Anatomy yet. I think I'm at like season 16 of that, and that's got, is it 21, 22 seasons? I thought they were going to finish it at season 20, and then they just kept going. So that's just never ending at this point, as far as I'm concerned. And I enjoy both shows, but it feels like it will be productive when I finish them. And it will probably feel weird because they're like both Grey's Anatomy and The Walking Dead are like my go-to TV shows that I'm binging at any one time. So it's going to feel weird. Not that I'm anywhere near to finishing The Walking Dead right now. I've still got like a season and a half left to watch. Anyway, that is my plan for the evening, to binge watch The Walking Dead and probably get myself a little bit of popcorn to binge watch alongside, because popcorn is key. I love popcorn. I think popcorn should be its own major food group. I love it. Salted popcorn for the win. Cinema popcorn. Oh, yes. I make my own popcorn on the hob. My mum makes the best popcorn on the hob. I make good popcorn, but there's something my mum... She does nothing different. She taught me how to make it. It's oil and corn and then salt. But it tastes better when my mum makes it. As most things do tend to. Why is this hood? Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. But that's my plan for the evening. Those are my reading updates. I'm having a good time. See, it is good popcorn, and it looks like good popcorn, it tastes like good popcorn. My mum's is just better. I finished Inkblood Sister Scribe. I have given this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I feel like 2 years ago I would have maybe given this a higher rating, but at the moment it didn't quite click with me, unfortunately. I liked it, it was good. 3.5 for me is pretty much me saying, like, I liked this book, I'm not going to rave about it, but I enjoyed it. I liked the characters. I really like the interactions they have with each other and the relationships between them all, like the friendships between them all. I liked seeing that, and they were just good people. Like, it was enjoyable to follow people that didn't feel like they were toxic. Like, obviously there were those kind of characters in this book, but the main characters that we're following, they just wanted good things, and that was nice. I liked hearing about the book magic. I think my flaw for this was when the action was happening, it was suddenly all happening immediately, and then it was suddenly just completely over and done, and like there was no build up to it, and then there was no kind of calm down from it. And I kind of like that in my books. I think I like to have that tension and that build up, and then like the aftermath of it. I like that kind of element of a story when you have got those high action moments. Saying that, it did do the action well, and I did enjoy it, so 3.5 out of 5 stars. I am now going to end this vlog off here, but I do hope you've enjoyed. This leaves me off on 3 books finished for the year so far, so I feel like I'm off to a good start. I've got 2 4-star reads and 1 3.5, so it's been a good start to 2025 so far. And note, I said 2025, I didn't get the year wrong either, so that's also good, because I've actually only written the year wrong once so far this year, so again, great start. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope you've enjoyed. I will see you in the next one.